Okay, so hello everyone and good morning. I just finished eating, so it is now 10:36. I have to be out of here by 1 p.m. because I have a nail appointment at 2. So what I'm doing, I just need to fold some clothes because I haven't been on top of any of my chores, and neither has my husband. It's been a busy week. So normally I do like a deep clean on Sundays, but my goal is actually to try and avoid that so that I can just relax and go to church and relax. So yeah, let's do what I can do today. Now, we don't have a dryer, which is fairly normal in Norway to, obviously have a washing machine, but not a dryer. It's not that we don't have the space for it. We do, but we just have to rearrange a couple of things because I definitely want a dryer because I am sick and tired of um ironing my sheets. But, right now I just can't be arsed to do it. So I'm just gonna fold them, put them away, and I'm just gonna steam them once I put them on. Whilst I'm folding, thought that I maybe can reintroduce myself. This is kind of me like hard launching myself. So yeah, my name is Mimi. I am 36, going on 37 in February. I live in Norway. I was born and raised here in Oslo. I'm a content creator, at least an aspiring content creator, I guess. I recently got married, yay me, at the ripe age of 36. So I met my fiance actually on Norwegian's National Day, which was last year on the 17th of May 2024. And then we started our courtship and we officially became a couple on the 16th of June 2024, so a month later after meeting. And he proposed to me this February. I've seen that people are like against that, proposing on a woman's birthday. It's just not it and whatnot. But listen, we had talked about getting married, or I made it clear when we were courting that, seeing as to how I'm Catholic, it is important for me to like get married before I start a family. And he told me actually, right after he proposed to me, he made it very clear that after like 3 or 4 months of courting, he knew that I was the woman that he wanted to marry. But he just thought that like it would be the perfect birthday gift for me. And it absolutely was. If you don't follow me on TikTok, please do so. So the link, you will find it in the bio. So I recently had surgery, thyroid surgery, because I've been struggling with Graves' disease. I was diagnosed with it 4 years ago, and I didn't know what was going on with my body at the time. I was constantly tired. I had a hard time regulating body temperature. And it is your thyroid glands that actually do that, and amongst other things. But yeah, body temperature was just like way off, and I was suffering in silence because I really thought that, I was going through menopause. I've had my period since I was 8 years old, so yeah, basically a little girl. But then at some point, I did have a doctor's appointment, and I told him about my symptoms. And I was actually super depressed at the time. I really was, because I thought this is game over. I can't have kids. This is menopause and whatnot. We did a few tests, come to find out I have Graves' disease. And I'm like, oh, first of all, I didn't even know what that was. And then I got scared because it sounded so serious. Graves' disease, it can be dangerous if left untreated, but yeah, it was manageable. I was started on medication, which did work for a while. And then as time kind of progressed, the medication just stopped working. Fast forward 4 years later, I actually had two choices. So, choice number one was to remove my thyroid glands, which I ended up doing, or just try and continue on with the medication, but a more aggressive one. But yeah, me and medication, I just hate having to commit to, constantly taking pills and whatnot. So I opted for the surgery. To begin with, I was kind of hesitant when it came to the surgery because one of the consequences, like if the surgery didn't go as planned, I would have ended up sounding like Stephen Hawking, and that was actually my biggest fear. So for those who don't know, I went to university here in Norway in order to become a police officer. It's actually a bachelor degree, yes. So yeah, I have my diploma in that. Right now, I don't work as a police officer. Long story short, I had an interim a little over 2 years ago, and the Norwegian police force, get this, was forced to let people go. So everybody who was on an interim, I believe we were like close to 500 people. We ended up losing our jobs. So yeah, I've had some odd jobs since, but truth of the matter is something that I really don't talk about. This is like the first time I'm saying it out loud. I'm unemployed. That is the reality of things. I'm actually unemployed. And that has been really hard on me. That is something that I struggle with. There is a lot of shame kind of connected to that because obviously, in addition to being Norwegian, I'm also Congolese. And on Congo's seal of weapon, I believe it's called in English, there are three words. It says paix, travail, justice. Voilà. So that means peace, work, and justice. So as a Congolese person, I've also always been raised on those three words as well. My parents have been very adamant, especially my father, been very adamant about getting an education, working, be peaceful, and always be fair. So, me now finding myself in a situation where I'm unemployed, where it's just, it has been so hard. As God is my witness, He knows that I've been trying. It's not that I haven't been trying lately to find work because I really have. I went through the website that the Norwegian police specifically uses to apply for jobs in the police. For the past a little over 2 years now, I have sent in over 190 applications that I've sent over the past a little over 2 years now. You know, just saying that out loud just makes me want to cry, actually. It really does. I worked so hard, during my university years to kind of get through it, and I did. And I in total I have 5 years and 9 months experience as a police officer. Seeing as to how I am a dark-skinned woman living in a predominantly Caucasian country, I've always kind of like felt like, I have to work super hard. I have to work 10 times harder. And being a police officer is something that I really took pride in. I worked in patrol, which is something that I loved. And for a period of time, I investigated um, domestic violence cases as well. Absolutely heartbreaking. But I did that to the best of my abilities. I worked with crimes against kids, and you can only imagine what it is that I saw and had to like the evidence that I had to sit through. God knows that I've seen a lot of stuff through my job as a police officer, but I took pride in it, and I took pride in doing my part to kind of like combat crime. But here I am today, unemployed. So yeah, it just sucks. It really sucks. Like close to 190 application I've sent, and it just feels like I have nothing to show for it, really. It is really sad. Whew, I am so sorry about that. I actually just had to take a moment and just catch my breath because, yeah, I actually started to tear up so bad. But, anyways, if you asked me, do you ever want to go back to the division that kind of tackles domestic violence or crime against children? I'm gonna have to say no. Those are two divisions you couldn't pay me 10 million crowns to go back to because number one, heartbreaking is an understatement. Number two, sometimes you're sitting across these monsters, these literal monsters who be pulling out the most insane excuses as to why they beat their kids, they beat their wives, violate their families, and you have to sit there through the questioning and make sure that you control yourself to the point where you don't leap over the table and just basically just beat the living shit out of the piece of shit. You know, women, we are fixers. We think, okay, he was angry. We can handle this. He will go through therapy. You know, I can fix him. If you're watching this and your man has ever put your hands on you, let me tell you, if he has slapped you once, I can guarantee you it would only get worse. So, mama, if you don't have any kids, he is putting his hands on you, please leave. And even if you have kids, if you live, whether it be in Norway, in UK, in the States, wherever it is that you live, there is help to be had. You don't have to go through this alone, but there are ways to kind of escape your abuser. You don't have to live like that because you have kids, or because you have a house together, or because you have a life together. I firmly believe in this. No one was put on this earth to suffer, so don't feel like you have to. You really don't. It is now 11:05. I'm actually running out of time, so yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to hoover the floors, mop the floors, and whatnot. I think I'm just gonna focus on, putting the clothes away, and then maybe load the dishwasher before I go ahead and take a shower, because yeah, I really need to make it to that appointment. So it really does suck that I don't have my car anymore right now. But you know what? Blessings are ahead, so a car will be coming soon enough. In the name of Almighty God, I pray. I do want to go back to the police. I'm not gonna lie. But me doing this content creation thing, yes, it is a hobby, but yeah, hopefully it can become like a second kind of source of revenue for me, so that I can give back to my husband what he has given me. It's not a question of, because he always says, "You're my wife, we are in a partnership. If this was me, you would have done the exact same thing," which I would have done, of course. But I want to create a life where he can relax, because my husband, he works so hard and he provides for me, and I just love that about him, that he has this giving heart and soul. So if this content creation thing pans out, yeah, I want to retire him early if I can. So I just had to go ahead and take a quick shower because time is running from me. It is now 13:07. I need to be at the bus stop within the next 10 minutes. So yeah, I just need to hurry up. Now it's time to do some moisturizer. There is so much to choose from. Like, I don't have time for this. So yeah, when I'm telling you that my choices are unlimited, like, I love this setup. I'm a clean girly. I love to smell good. I like to have options. But when I'm out of time, this is not a good thing. So yeah, you know what? I think I'm just gonna do the vanilla. Which one is this one? The Tahitian vanilla cream. I'm gonna do this one. I'm also going in with the matching body oil as well. For fragrance, I'm going between these two Latafas. So this is Latafa Hamra, and here we have Angham. I think I'm gonna go for Angham. That kind of goes a little bit better with the Tahitian vanilla from Polymers. This is today's outfit. Just some yoga pants and this jumper that says coffee weather that I bought from Shein. Yeah, cute little fit. It's now 13:15. I gotta run out of the house. Oh, I made it to the bus stop. I didn't bring my mics because yeah, I actually forgot them. So I hope that you hear me. It is now 12:31. The bus should have been here a minute ago, and I hope it arrives soon because my appointment is at 2, and the bus takes about 15 minutes to get there. So yeah, I'm supposed to have 15 to 10 minutes to spare. So yeah, I'm kind of getting a little bit nervous because there's a lot of traffic right now. It's Friday, and people here in Norway will leave early for work on Fridays. I never did, but yeah, it's a common thing here. Ah, there is the bus. I just got off the bus and I got like 2 minutes to spare to find the right address. So yeah, I found it. I just need to find the right door. 304. Okay, I am all done with the nails. Yeah, I love how these turned out actually. Very simple, but very cutesy at the same time. I'm going to do some groceries and then I'm just gonna go home.